All right, so ladies and gentlemen, before we depart the conference, I wanted to talk to you about some mobile training opportunities within the Defense Information School. And for that, we brought on Mel Weatherspoon to kind of explain her role in her department. Mel?
Hey, thanks, Quande. And like you said, I'm Mel Weatherspoon. I am the newly appointed Mobile Training Team Program Manager for the Defense Information School. And we have a great program. It's in its infancy, but we're looking for it to expand to meet the needs of all of you out there who have training gaps or training needs or training wants that you're looking to incorporate into your units. Right now, the program is kind of threefold. The first section being skill gap training that we can provide to the units out there in the fleet and in the field. And all that takes is an email to me, which I'll give that to you as we wrap up today. But it's skill gap training. So you get a hold of me and you say, hey, Mel, we need training in social media. We need training in graphics and how multimedia and graphics can affect our communication strategy. We need some refresher in writing. Any of those topics like that that you feel like your unit needs to refresh on, you have some skill gaps, as I was saying, you just holler at me and we'll put together real time training. We can use platforms such as Microsoft Teams. We can use Blackboard Collaborate, which is we do that frequently, where we put together all the training. I bring DINFOS instructors and DINFOS subject matter experts to the training, and we have facilitated training. We've done a lot of training with National Guard and Reserve units on the weekends, so don't feel like you're being left out in the crowd with that. Or we can do it in the middle of the week as we're getting ready to do with a unit come the first couple of days of September. And we've done a lot of social media training during those events. The second section is taking courses that we already have at DINFO, such as the Intermediate Public Affairs Specialist course. We can take that on the road. We can mobilize our IPAS team and bring that team to you. Now, granted, you want it, you buy it. So if you want the training, such as an IPAS mobile, we can bring that training to you. You just have to schedule it into your training budget. We're working on a couple of other training events like that are already established courses to put into that mix. So more to follow on that one. But IPAS, the Intermediate Public Affairs Specialist course, seems to be the best one right now to put on the road. And that course, you can learn more about that course if you go to the DINFOS website under academics, and you can get the training program instruction on what that class actually is and what are the prerequisites for that class. The third section we have in the mobile training team program is tailored training to support our combatant commands and our partners and allies overseas. We're currently working on a 5-day course that will be pulled from the brand new Public Affairs Communication Strategy Qualification course. We're working on a 5-day course that we can mobilize and take overseas to our partners and allies. So that's our third section. And like I was saying before, all you got to do is pop me an email, or you can go on Pavilion. You learned about Pavilion during the social media forum. You can pop on Pavilion, go on there in the feedback mechanism, and let them know you're interested in an MTT, and that will come to me. However, you can also just email mweatherspoon@dinfos.edu. Tell me what you need, and let's get that planning moving. So that's how you do it.
And Mel, one quick question: is there a limit on like class sizes or like a limit maximum type deal when it comes to that?
The class size really does depend on what it is they want trained. For example, if they're looking for interactive writing training, we have great writing instructors, but they ask that those classes are small, because what they do is oftentimes they'll get writing samples from the students ahead of time, and then they'll go through and discuss their writing with them. So those classes we like to keep small. If it's a lecture type, overarching topic, we can put a lot more in there. I think the most I've had in a class is about 50 for one of those.
Okay,
So it depends on what they want to train on. Now, if they take the mobile iPass, that's a 24 limit class size.
Okay, that's awesome, Mel. And again, I appreciate your time. It looks like you're out on the road right now, actually doing a little training.
You know, when you're mobile, right?
But again, we just want to thank you for the time, and we wanted to make sure that we mentioned you and those opportunities to our audience before we signed out here. Just for parting words, I'll give Mr. McKinley a chance to say a few things, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I guess I want to say quickly is social media is simpler than we make it. You know, I think we tend in communication sometimes, especially in digital, to overcomplicate things. So at the end of the day, social media is about communication, and we are communication professionals. So yes, some things are different in the digital social space, but some of the same core principles still hold. So, you know, just because you're on social media, you know, everything that you're doing offline doesn't go out the window. It should be the same branding, the same messaging online as well. So keep that in mind. Social media is different. You know, it is new. It can be challenging, but at its heart, at its core, it's all about engagement. It's all about having that conversation. So as you go back and you manage social media accounts, just keep that in mind.
Awesome, brother. We thank you for your time as well. And just for the rest of you guys, we will be making these videos available to you either via YouTube or we'll probably be posting some things to Divots. We do apologize for, I know day one we ran into a couple of complications, but with everything being limited the way that we are, you know, we tried to deliver you guys the best possible forum in you know, with the resources that we had, and we hope that we accomplish those things. Please continue to follow us on Facebook. The Facebook group page is out there. The Dimple Social Media Forum Facebook group page is out there. Continue the conversation there. We've already had some great conversation going back and forth. Great opportunity for you guys to reach out and connect with one another and connect with us. If you have any specific questions for the Defense Information School Social Media Training Office, we can be reached at socialmedia@denpos.edu. Otherwise, thanks again for your time. Thanks again for all the work you guys continue to do, and don't hesitate to reach out with any